What's up, guys? Trainer Mike here at the Bodybuilding.com corporate headquarters, and today we're getting rowdy on some heavy lower body. So just as a recap, we've been following a different routine here for about 6 weeks, really enjoying it. We do upper body push, upper body pull, and lower body. And each week I hit those 2 times. First day, we usually go heavy, so we're 5 sets of 5 to 8 reps. And then the next day we go lighter for higher reps. So we're maybe 3 to 4 sets of anywhere from 10 to 20 reps. So we've gone through all of the routines except for heavy lower body. So I was kind of dreading it because heavy lower body, it's a whale of a workout. I mean, we're putting some heavy weight on our back. We're really punishing not just the legs, but the entire body. So this is gonna be a lot of fun, but it's also gonna challenge me. It's gonna challenge you when you go and do this workout on your own. So starting off today with squats, okay? It wouldn't be a heavy lower body day if we didn't just put some heavy weight on our shoulders, go down and come back up. So we're going 5 sets of 5 to start here. Pretty standard strength for sets and reps. Couple things about today's leg day. Yes, gotta wear the Converse. Converse are key when it comes to a good leg workout, okay? I've also got my knee sleeves on. Knee sleeves are gonna help keep the joint warm, help to protect the knees a little bit. I've got my ultra short shorts on, a must have for leg day. Gotta wear your short shorts, show off your leg gains. I've got the long sleeve shirt so we don't get distracted by the lack of swole going on in our upper body. Got the headband of gains because we're looking to make some leg gains today, and I'm gonna belt it up. If I'm 5 reps or less for squats, I'm always gonna belt it up. So 5 sets of 5. We've got a little warm up in, and I did some foam rolling this morning, did some active dynamic stretching, and now we are ready to go. 315 for our first set of 5. This is kind of gonna be, we're gonna work our way up a little bit most likely. So first set of 5, 315 here. We're focusing on good depth. We're focusing on good form. Yes, it's a heavy day, but we want to find that balance between moving a lot of weight around, but keeping our reps under control. So I'm going to belt up for this. We're going to go our first set of 5. I want you guys to be my eyes from the side. Tell me if for some reason I'm not getting low enough, or if my form looks like crap, I want you to call me out, okay? I can handle it. I got thick skin. All right, let's go, baby. Squats. First set of 5. Woo! All right, there it is. That first heavy set, I always feel some creaks. It feels a little rusty, but now we'll go up a little bit for our next set.
What's your favorite leg exercise for massive gains?
Favorite leg exercise for massive gains, you're looking at it. Squats. If you want to make big gains in your legs, you've got to do squats. No way around it.
How many times a week should legs be trained?
Legs should be trained 2 times per week. I don't care if you're trying to build your legs or not. The benefit of legs, the endocrine response you get, the growth hormone, the testosterone that gets released will help your gains in your whole body. Why are Converse key for leg day? 1, they look pretty cool. But 2, the reason why they're such a good leg shoe is because they have a flat sole. They don't have a lot of cushioning. So what they do is they provide a lot of proprioceptive feedback, meaning you can feel the ground a lot better, allowing you to more effectively use your legs properly. All right, so we just put another 10 on. Again, I'm not trying to max out here. I'm not trying to go to failure on every rep. We've got an entire leg workout ahead of us. I don't want to completely tank myself on squats, but I do want to push myself. So 315 plus the 10 on each side. We're up to 335 now, if my math is correct. Might need a calculator. Okay, set 2. Let's go, baby. This is where you earn it, earn the burger right here with the squats. Bump, bump. Two sets down. Feeling a little tight today. I was explaining before we went live, I like to have 20 to 30 minutes to warm up before leg day. Didn't quite get that today, but I feel like we got enough done to prevent injuries.
What are your thoughts on the plate-loaded squat machine?
My thoughts on the plate-loaded squat machine: doesn't replace an actual squat. Doesn't replace a free weight squat like we're doing here. They're good, guys. All the leg machines, they've got their place, but nothing will replace a heavy squat.
What are you drinking today?
Drinking. I had my Dymatize Pre-Wo before my workout, but right now I've got the Cola Lime Twist, all 9 aminos. By the way, 20% off on the site right now. Very good essential amino acid, and I love the taste. How do pre-workout help with your workout? Caffeine's very, very effective at, improving the utilization of oxygen, just energy in general. It works so well that it's banned at a certain limit in the Olympics. So caffeine is very effective. But also, if you get a good pre-workout, it's got a lot of vasodilating ingredients in it, like citrulline, malate, arginine, things like that that can help actually improve blood flow as well. Okay, I'm looking around for a 5-pound weight. Somebody scattered the weights all over the place around here, so I've got some here. But I'm gonna go 5 more pounds. So we're up to 345 now for our third set of 5 on the squat. We're gonna dive right into it, guys. Here we go. Woo! Up. All right, there we are. Beginner at the gym, do I have any advice for building up your calves? Calves respond really well to a lot of volume. So a lot of sets, a lot of reps. But the other thing with calves, don't go heavy. Okay, so don't try and bust out your next PR for calves. Really got to work that muscle with a lot of reps.
Gigi wants to know, is creatine okay for women, and do you prefer to take it pre or post-workout?
Is creatine okay for women? Absolutely. If you're interested in more strength, more size, take creatine. Before or after a workout, whenever you can remember, I like to do mine post-workout in my shake.
For the new all nines, does the cola flavor taste like actual soda?
So for the Dymatize All 9, does the cola flavor taste like actual soda? It doesn't have carbonation, so X-nay that. If you're looking for the bubbles, not gonna get it. Unless you were to add like some sparkling water to it, then it probably would. I haven't tried that. But yeah, it definitely tastes, it's got that, that soda taste to it. Do I have plans to see the Venom movie? Heck yeah. I think it's gonna be awesome. I'm a huge fan of any type of movie like that, so I will. All right, pre-workout's hitting me now. Confidence is going up. We're gonna up the weight a little more, so now we are up to 355 for our squat. So 5 reps, 4th set, Little more rest on squats. I usually aim for about 120 seconds on squats for rest, just because it's a little more of a challenging movement. So here we go. Let's get rowdy on our 4th set of squats. This is how you do it. This is how you build those quads, the glutes, the everything. Boop. That one challenged me a little bit. Felt like I probably could have kept a little better form there. I prefer to have a spot on squats, but they don't let me do that here, so I got to go solo.
If I'm just getting back to the gym after recovering from an injury, what type of workout should I start with?
If you're just getting back to the gym after recovering from an injury, what type of workout should you start with? One that's approved by your physician. You know, you should have something like a physical therapist maybe that you've been working with that can give you some things of what to do and what not to do. But I would say, you know, start gradually with full body type of splits would be best. Guys, I'm feeling it.
When should I take my pre-workout?
When should you take your pre-workout? So caffeine, the effects of it peak 60 minutes after consumption. So I like to take my pre-workout about 30 minutes before my workout, just to make sure 30 minutes in, I'm really, really feeling it. I'm gonna go down a little bit because I feel like my form started to falter a little bit there. I left my ego at the door today, so I'm okay with that. I wanna get 5 good reps in here, and I don't have a spot. I don't want to fall on my face today, although it would probably make a lot better video if I did, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not ready for that today. Okay, so final set of 5, and then we're going to move on to an awesome, awesome hamstring exercise. So here we go. Belt it up. Let's get our final 5. Let's go, baby. There we go, 5 sets of 5, done on the squats. We're gonna take the belt off. We're not gonna need that again for today.
So I got a question about 5x5. They want to know why you're not reducing the weight and you're keeping the same reps, or you're increasing the weight and keeping the same reps versus.
Yeah, so why did I increase the weight but keep my reps the same on the 5x5? You don't wanna train to failure every single set, okay? It's not good. It causes a lot of cortisol to go high, central nervous system burnout. So I might train 1 to 2 sets close to failure in there, but my other sets I'm focusing on finding that nice balance between overall volume for the workout, but also pushing myself within a set.
What kind of protein would you recommend for beginners?
Protein for beginners, a good whey protein isolate. Okay, if you can afford it, I always recommend a whey protein isolate.
How long have you been strength training for?
I've been strength training for 12 years now, consistently. Okay guys, we're gonna move on to glute ham raise. And I'm gonna show you how to do this, even if your gym does not have a glute hamstring raise machine. A lot of gyms don't, so the hack here is that you can use a lat pull down machine in place of it. And I'll be honest with you, I actually like this better for hamstrings than I do an actual glute hamstring raise machine. So I'm gonna get a plyo box Put it in front of the seat here. And we're gonna go down to 6 reps here. So we're gonna go 5 sets of 6 reps on this glute ham raise. And the focus is on the negative or eccentric portion of the movement. That's where we're gonna get the majority of the work done here. So feet are hooked in, nice and slow. We're gonna come down for 6. I think there's no better workout for your hamstrings than this one right here.
What is the best exercise for athletes in speed, power, and explosiveness?
Best exercise for athletes in speed, power, and explosiveness, I would say it's either a trap bar deadlift, a squat, or possibly, seriously, the glute ham raise that I'm doing right here. How do I deal with muscle soreness? I man up and I just deal with it. No, I mean, in all seriousness, there is that element of toughness that just has to come from understanding that you're gonna hurt when you train hard. But 2, make sure you get enough protein in, and also make sure you're getting those essential amino acids. I think that's key.
Should I be more worried about form or how much weight I can push?
More worried about form or how much weight you can push? I would say ideally form, but that being said, you know, don't be so critical on your form that you never allow yourself to increase in weight. They're both important. Okay, next set here. So second set, we hook the feet in, we tuck the toes back. That's gonna help us activate the hamstrings a little better, nice and slow on the way down. I like having the plyo box here because I'm really trying to focus on the eccentric. I am giving myself a little push on the way up just so I can maintain decent form. A little push, and then I do the rest of the pull with my hamstrings to get all the way up. Some people can do it without a box. I can't, guys. I'll be honest with you. I'll be the first to admit I can't do that. So I'm using the box. Most of you will probably have to use a box as well.
Do you do cardio on leg days?
Do I do cardio on leg days? I might finish with like 15 to 20 minutes on a stationary bicycle. Pretty low intensity afterwards. Just get some more blood flow going. I feel like it helps to really move some fluid around and potentially help with that muscle soreness, but nothing intense on a leg day, no.
What are your thoughts on test boosters?
My thoughts on test boosters? You know what, they can be beneficial if you are probably like 40 plus male, especially. Honestly, if you're like under 30 male looking for a test booster, you're probably not gonna benefit a ton from something like that unless you've been tested and find out that you have low testosterone. But a lot of times it's due to a deficiency in maybe like zinc. So I always recommend ZMA for everybody. Take ZMA before bed. You know, most people, by having enough of the right vitamins and minerals, you can optimize your hormone levels. Here we go. Third set. That's 5 sets, right? We're there? No? 3. Okay, 3 sets. Feels like 5. These things are just screaming. If you guys haven't tried these, you're gonna feel those hamstrings lock up. You're gonna feel like they're almost like tearing in half, but they're not, totally.
Have you ever tried D-aspartic and beta-alanine?
Ever tried D-aspartic and beta-alanine? Yes, the aspartic acid has kind of been claimed as a test booster. You might see an increase in libido from it, but I don't think there's a whole lot of research that it's a strong testosterone booster. And beta alanine, yes, every pre-workout I take has beta alanine in it.
If I'm looking to build a stronger squat, should I do 6 reps for heavier weight or 10 reps for heavier weight?
If you want to build a stronger squat, should you do 6 reps or 10 reps? 6 reps would be more appropriate for strength building than 10 reps would. Okay, 4th set, glute ham raise. My hamstrings are killing me right now. In a good way, in a good way. No sharp pains, but they are tight. Whoo. Yes, yes. I don't know who writes these workouts, but they're brutal. Will creatine make you fat or bloated? Fat, no. Bloated, depends on the person, but it shouldn't. A good high quality creatine will help you to hold water inside the cells, which just makes your muscles look bigger.
How do you ensure proper form?
How do you ensure proper form on these? I really tried to make sure I'm limiting the amount of hinging that's done at the hips here. The knees are the main joint that we want to use here in order to activate the hamstrings. So I like to put my hands, you'll notice I put my hands back, which kind of helps open up my chest to make sure I'm not rounding over too far.
You mentioned citrulline. Which is better to take, citrulline or citrulline malate?
Which is better, citrulline or citrulline malate? You know, most of the research has actually been done on citrulline malate. There is some evidence that suggests that that malic acid might be beneficial in helping to activate that citrulline properly. But, you know, more or less, when you see citrulline malate, it's a combination of citrulline and malic acid. When you just see the plain citrulline, it doesn't have the malic acid, so you might see a higher dose of it there.
How many meals do you eat a day?
How many meals do I eat a day? 7, including 2 shakes. All right, final set. GHR, glute ham raise. Let's go. After squats, your lower back is going to be really, really taxed. And these are going to make that a little bit worse. So our next exercise, we're going to give that lower back a little bit of a break.
Should I squat and deadlift the same day? And do deadlifts along with back day or leg day?
Should you squat or deadlift on the same day? Squat and deadlift on the same day? I don't recommend doing heavy squats and heavy deadlifts on the same day. That said, you could do like heavy squats and a lighter Romanian deadlift. Do deadlifts belong on a leg or a back day? Doesn't matter. And that's part of the problem with doing body part splits is deadlift's such a compound movement, it hits your entire posterior chain. So you can do it on either day.
My gym only has a Smith machine. Do you have any other alternatives for a barbell squat? Because it's not like a Smith machine.
Find a new gym. So your gym only has a Smith machine, no free weight barbell squat. That sucks. Okay, I would do the Smith machine over nothing, but I probably wouldn't admit it to anybody. Okay, so find a new gym. All right, going over to leg press next. And for the leg press, we're gonna go 4 sets of 8 here. Legs are feeling it. They're feeling wobbly. They're feeling like we're really taking a good beating here. So I'm gonna put on an amount of weight here that I can really focus on keeping good control with. But keep in mind, this is a heavy leg day, so we're gonna have to stack some plates on here. I'm gonna start off with 5 plates on each side, total of 10 45s. And if we need more weight then I'm gonna ask Erin over here to come sit on the squat rack, because that always makes for a really good Instagram pic. She's shaking her head right now. She doesn't like that idea. So we're going 5 plates on each side here. And this should be a good hamstring, glute, and quad exercise when you do the leg press properly. We're not playing around with foot position too much here. We're just trying to make sure we activate the legs as a whole. So as far as foot placement goes, we're gonna go right, pretty much smack dab in the middle of the platform. And we're gonna focus on coming down nice and slow. 8 quality reps here is what we're looking for. So feet are in the middle, toes are up and down. Too light, you gotta put more weight on. It's the only annoying thing about a leg press is you're hauling a lot of plates around, but we wanna make sure that we push ourselves a little more than that. So I'm gonna put on a couple more plates here. Anabolic window, fact or fiction? Mostly fiction, to be honest with you. The anabolic window states that immediately when you're done strength training, you have a certain amount of time to get your protein in, or else you lose all your gains. There is an anabolic window, but it's not the 15 or 30 minutes that we used to hear about. The anabolic window stays open for a couple hours after training.
So then you take 2 protein shakes.
I do 1 protein shake after my workout, and I do 1 protein shake in the evening, and I make a nice, like, thick shake out of it. I call it my protein ice cream, and that's like my dessert at night. It's a really good way to kill cravings if you have a tasty protein powder. Okay, here we go, guys. Added another plate on. We're gonna try and push ourselves here. 8 controlled reps. Still a little light. 1 more plate's going on, total of 7 plates for our 3rd and 4th sets.
Uriel on YouTube says, thanks Mike for introducing me to all 9 aminos. I love that.
All right, Uriel on YouTube says thanks for introducing him to all 9 aminos. You're welcome. They are awesome. If you guys haven't tried them, you're missing out. Do I personally like doing goblet squats? No, I don't like doing goblet squats. I love doing goblet squats because they are one of the most effective exercises. Goblet squats will typically go on my lighter leg day. Great exercise. Do I ever do kettlebell work? Sometimes I'll do kettlebell work at the beginning of a lower body day to help activate my glutes, my hamstrings, and my posterior chain. But not a ton. It's not really my focus right now.
Have you ever done leg BFR training like you do on?
Have I ever done leg BFR training? Yes, I have. It just, honestly, sometimes I'm just too lazy to do it. It takes a little longer to get the straps on and to do it, but it's very effective, very effective. Okay, 3rd set, 3rd of 4 sets, 8 reps is the goal here. Let's go. I get a lot of questions about how deep or how low to go on a leg press, and the answer is You want to go low enough, but you don't want your butt to start lifting off the pad. That puts your lower back in a really, really bad position. So your hamstring mobility will limit how deep you should go on a leg press. Do I carb cycle? Yes, all year round. I go very, very low carbs, no starchy carbs on my rest day, and I go very high carbs on leg and back days. How many carbs are in most of my meals? Average 45 grams of carbs in a carb meal. Depends though. A high carb day might be 65 or 70. Does this work out for building muscle or maintaining muscle? Both. Okay? Building muscle, maintaining muscle. Workouts don't change, guys. It doesn't matter if you're cutting, if you're building, if you're maintaining. Workouts don't need to change. It's your food and your cardio that changes. All right, final set. 8 reps, leg press. Now somebody's got to rack all these weights up at some point today, and it's probably going to be me, but we'll wait till we get done with the workout. That's it for leg press, 4 sets, 8 reps. We went one less set because our reps came up to 8 on this one. She says even if she sat on it, she doesn't think I could do it. I don't know if that's a challenge, but I could do it. Could have done it maybe before 4 working sets. Next time for sure. Foot position on the leg press for inner quad, yes. If you wanted to maybe target your inner legs a little more, you would point your toes out and take a little wider stance. Doesn't matter where you put your feet, you are going to hit your inner quads on here though. All right guys, next up we have walking lunges. We're going to go 10 steps down, 10 steps back for a total of 4 steps. You guys do this with kettlebells, you can do it with a barbell on your shoulders. You can do it holding plates. I'm going to grab some dumbbells and just do walking lunges with dumbbells. So we'll go 10 down and 10 back. I'm going to go 45 pounds here for good controlled reps. Here we go. Hey, 9. There we have it, 10 there, 10 back. This is where the heart rate starts to climb. You start to sweat a lot more. Any alternatives for the glute ham raise? Yes, you could do like a hip thrust. Might be kind of an appropriate one for it, or even like a Romanian deadlift, but very hard to find an exercise that hits your hamstrings just like that. Does creatine work well with beta alanine? Yes. Doesn't have to have beta alanine, but creatine works very well, and beta alanine works very well, so together they make a pretty strong duo.
What's the difference between walking and stationary?
Difference between walking and stationary lunges, you're going to get a little more of the element of instability with a walking lunge because you're going to have to take that step every time. So potentially a little more core work, a little more balance there. Plus I just like the scenery of changing up my location. How much water do I drink throughout the day? I'm a 2-gallon a day type of guy. Drink a lot of water. I usually get a gallon in by about noon before I train, and then I like to get another gallon in throughout the day. While I'm training, I usually drink 40, 50 ounces of water.
Why shouldn't we squat in the slim machine?
Why shouldn't you squat in the Smith machine? Because it sucks, mostly. No, guys, in all seriousness, it is impossible to do a biomechanically correct squat in a Smith machine, period, okay? That said, you can play around with some variations. You put your feet close together, try like a, really wide stance squat. I've got no beef with that, but you should always incorporate a barbell squat and never, ever, ever be the person that says, hey, bro, I squatted so much, and be referring to a Smith machine squat. That doesn't count, ever. All right, here we go. Set 2. Whew. It's a challenging exercise. I love lunges.
So no squats in the Smith machine. I use the Smith machine because it helps with the right body position.
Okay, so this individual, good question. They use the Smith machine because it helps you with the right body positioning. That's a Band-Aid, okay? It's gonna help you with the right body positioning, but the real question you should be asking yourself is why can't you maintain proper body position on a free weight squat? And what you'll find is you've got some other muscular imbalances that you're not addressing, and that's a short-term Band-Aid that you should be looking for a long-term solution for.
If I'm looking to see better results with a mass gainer, should I use it with milk or ice cream?
If you're looking for better results with a mass gainer, should you use it with milk or ice cream? I guess it depends on what you would define results as. If you just want to gain weight, regardless of what kind of weight, I'd do ice cream, right? But if you're focused on gaining lean mass, then I would do neither, and I'd pick like a nut milk, like almond or cashew.
Can you explain why training shouldn't change depending on your goals? So I guess it's like 7 reps.
Yeah, so why shouldn't training change based on your goals? Guys, the goal of training, regardless whether you're trying to build muscle or lose body fat, should be to stimulate as much muscle as possible. And so if you're trying to build muscle, that's important. If you're trying to lose body fat, the more weight we use, the more muscle we stimulate, the more calories we burn, the more fat we burn, so it's beneficial for either one. Glutamine is huge. I recommend 15 grams of glutamine per day, 5 in the morning, 5 post-training, and 5 before bed. Love it, especially in a calorie deficit. All right, set 3, here we go. That's cardio right there. That's why you know how to do cardio on a leg day.
Is one calf exercise enough if you want to build calf muscle?
Is one calf exercise enough if you want to build calves? You always should include throughout your week a seating calf extension and a standing calf extension because they work different parts of the calves. So that being said, it depends on how many sets and reps you do. I always like the 4 to 5 sets of 12 to 30 reps on calves.
I'm new to squatting. Do I need to squat ass to grass or just below parallel?
New to squatting, do you need a squat butt to heels, ass to grass as they call it, or do you need to just go to parallel? You should do what your range of motion allows. If you can get all the way down without a butt wink or without an unfavorable curvature of your spine, go low. Most people can't. I can't. Okay? And it's not cool to go all the way down to the ground if you're sacrificing your lower back because you don't have the mobility to do it. So be smart about it.
What's the difference between knee sleeves and knee
Difference between knee sleeves and knee wraps. Knee wraps are better for like your 1 rep max squat. They provide a little more support. They're obviously very hard to get in and out of. Knee sleeves are a little better for your entire workout if you're just looking for some extra knee support. They help to warm the joint a little better too. Okay, final set of walking lunges. There it is. Lunges are complete. So this is a full leg workout. We're hitting hamstrings, glutes, quads, everything, and we'll definitely hit calves later. Now it's time to move on to a little more of our isolation movement here. So we're gonna go on and do some quads next in the form of leg extension. So for our next exercise, to refresh my brain correctly, we're gonna go with a leg extension for 4 sets of 10. We'll head right over here to do that.
When should I be taking my creatine?
When should you be taking your creatine? Doesn't matter, guys. Creatine builds up in the blood over time. It's not like caffeine where you have to take it at a certain time to get the benefits. You actually don't get the benefits of creatine for 4 to 5 days, and it's not out of your system for 4 to 5 days. So I like taking it with a carbohydrate containing meal like post-workout. What am I doing for my cheat meal this week? Burger and fries. Guys, I'm a sucker for a good burger. You guys know that. I actually put up, for those of you on YouTube, you can go to my channel, Michael Hildebrandt. I posted an epic cheat day video last weekend. So if you guys like to see how I do a Saturday with an epic cheat, that is how I do it. All right, 10 reps here for 4 sets. Leg extension, good control, good focus. Here it is. And I'm gonna take a break here. I start taking my knee sleeves off because I don't really need them once I get done with some of my heavier movement. So I like to take them off so they don't get all nasty. Is it true that leg press and leg extension are bad for your knees? Depends on how you do it. Guys, I see leg press, no, it's not. If you do it properly, very good for your knees, actually, very safe for your knees. Leg extension, if you go too heavy, yes, it's bad for your knees. That's true with most exercises. I mean, this stack goes up to 250, and I'm gonna be on 130 pounds. I'm never gonna do more than like half the stack. There's no point. This should be an exercise that you do later in your workout for very controlled reps. Does a landmine squat come close to a hack squat? Yeah, the landmine squat's a great exercise. Much like a goblet squat, similar to a hack squat. I love the landmine squat, yeah. Okay, second set, 10 reps. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, it's only bad for your knees if you guys are doing too much weight, too much momentum. Very controlled weight, very controlled tempo to get the most out of the leg extension. There's no competition out there that I'm aware of for the heaviest leg extension. Go heavy on your squats. Other exercises, go light on your leg extensions. Ooh, how do I make my French toast that I make on Saturdays? I don't make it, my wife does, okay? But for those of you who have a Trader Joe's in your area, you already know you're blessed, okay? And you're gonna go to Trader Joe's and you're gonna get the Trader Joe's sliced French brioche bread, okay? And you're gonna use that for French toast. It doesn't even matter how you make it. At that point in time, you've already won. Try it.
Did you say brioche? It's definitely
Brioche, brioche, briche, however you want to call it, guys. Tomato, right? Is it possible to build bigger calves or is it just genetics? It's possible, but calves, I mean, a lot of it's determined by genetics. I wouldn't spend a ton of time on calves. If you have small calves, hit them a little more often, but the likelihood that you're gonna turn small calves into huge calves, pretty unlikely. Here we go. Three, four, five, eight, 9, 10. Woo! The legs are burning, but this isn't a real big burn day. It's more of a, heavy leg day. You're gonna feel it, but we're not getting like that just crazy burn because our reps don't ever get high enough. My most intense tip has been about Trader Joe's bread. Well, let's be honest, guys. The working out thing, it's whatever. It's just so we can eat more food. So I'm gonna help you guys out however I can.
Do you ever incorporate single leg extensions?
Do I ever incorporate single leg extensions? I do, occasionally. Just takes longer, So sometimes I get a little impatient. Would stiff leg deadlifts be a good alternative for the glute ham raise? Yeah, that's appropriate, but it's not. If you guys haven't done a glute ham raise, you got to do it, and do it like that, and you'll understand why nothing can replace that. Okay, final set, 10 reps. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo, buddy. All right, 4 sets down. Now all that's left, guys, is to move on to calves and really finish these off right. We're gonna go calf raise, 4 sets of 15. Really we like to, kind of alternate between your straight-legged and your bent-legged calf raises. So we're gonna go over here to the Smith machine. One good use for the Smith machine, I like it for some chest press, but also for calves. It can be very, very effective. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna put a 45 and a 25 on each side. We're gonna go 4 sets of 15 on calves to finish off our legs. In my opinion, what's better, free weight or machine weights? Free weights, most definitely. But machine weights can be extremely beneficial. They should just never take the place of free weights. All right, 15 reps, here we go.
If you could have just one tip on how to get ready for a fitness competition, what would it be?
If I could have just one tip on how to get ready for a fitness competition, what would it be? I would say honestly, one tip, you have to plan out your schedule properly. I know that sounds, seriously Mike, one tip, but I've seen so many people make the mistake of, oh shoot, I forgot I was traveling 4 weeks out from a show, or I forgot I had a convention, 2 weeks out from a show, or I forgot that I had this event or that event or my brother's wedding or whatever it was. Make sure your schedule lines up, and that'll make it much easier on you. Some props for the vascularity of my calves. Thank you. That's funny, we're weird like that as bodybuilders, but it's like stuff just makes me go nuts. That's cool, I got a new vein in my calves. That'll keep me going. All right, set 2. Shorter rest on calves. Whew. 2 sets down. Each set's going to get progressively a little more challenging, but we're going to focus on maintaining our form here.
Is the incline treadmill walk good for calves?
Is the incline treadmill walk good for calves? It's not going to build your calves, but it's definitely going to make them burn. It's a good endurance activity for your calves, yeah.
How many days a week do you train legs?
I train legs 2 times per week. Right now it's one heavier day, like we're doing today, and then one lighter day where we focus on more isolation activities for 10 to 20 repetitions.
How's the podcast?
How's the podcast going? Very good, thank you. So we've got a few episodes down. The Fit Couples Perspective is what that podcast is called. My wife and I do it, and it's been a lot of fun. Appreciate everybody who's listened and given us some feedback.
Where can they find it?
You guys can find it. The Fit Couples Perspective is the podcast. My wife and I do it. It's on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify. Just go search for it. Okay, 3rd set. Whew. Best tip for maintaining strength while cutting? Great question. You have to make sure that you cut progressively, okay? So don't make any drastic adjustments, very progressively, cut your calories down, very progressively increase your cardio, and always make sure you're including heavy days into your routine so you don't lose your strength. Do I ever deload? Yes, I do. I try to deload about every 6 weeks. I try to time it around some travel or when I'm going to be out of town and I just have access to a hotel gym or something, because I hate deloading on a week when I have access to a full schedule. So,
how often do you test your 1 rep max?
How often do I test my 1 rep max? Hardly ever. Occasionally, if I'm just feeling it, I do it, but I don't really care, to be honest, what my 1 rep max is. All right, final set, 15 reps. Woo, buddy, there it is, guys. Heavy leg day is down. We earned that burger this weekend. So I want you guys to go try this workout, okay? It's a great workout, and I want you guys to try it maybe even this weekend. Guys, check me out on Instagram at TrainerMike1. That's where I do most of my social activity. You guys can ask me questions there. Follow along. Make sure you check me out on Body Space, Mr. Symmetry. Facebook athlete page at Trainer Mike Physique. You guys can check out that podcast, The Fit Couples Perspective. Appreciate you guys tuning in. That's the Flex Friday. We're gonna hit you with one of these quad wobbles right here. Boom!